DIY Depot, where I teach you how to do things yourself to save you a little bit of money. In this video here, I'm going to show you how to quickly replace the water filter on your GE fridge using a genuine GE XWFE water filter. If you were to call somebody out to do this for you, it'd be about 150 bucks, but to do it yourself, it should only take you about 2 minutes. So I'll show you how to do that here in this video. Before we show you how to replace your water filter, I just want to show you a little bit closer of the one we're actually going to be using here, which is that GE Genuine XWFE water filter. You can see there all the different impurities that it's going to take out of the water. This one here is rated to last about 6 months or so. And it is important, if you have a GE fridge that uses this XWFE, to get this exact GE Genuine one, because there is an embedded microchip in there. And if you get a third-party one, it might have issues with alerting you when to replace your filter, or it might have issues with dispersing water through it. And another thing that I always keep in mind when buying water filters is that this is the water that your family is going to be drinking. I'm going to trust that with a company that I trust, not some random brand that is a knockoff filter on Amazon or something else. So just recommend that you get this actual GE filter if you are going to replace your filter. Now, if you haven't already purchased your replacement filter, check out the link in the video below and it'll take you directly to this unit here. Using my link doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help support my channel, which I do appreciate. If you're not sure if this is the filter that your fridge uses, most of the newer GE fridge models do, especially the higher end ones, anything that was made after about 2018. But to confirm 100%, just go into your fridge, look for your filter housing here, just pinch in those clips on both sides, and then you can actually look underneath of it and see the brand or the model of the filter that your fridge uses, which I can confirm here. Mine is that XWFE filter. So I know that this one that I got here is going to be a one-for-one replacement for it. I've already shown you how to remove the housing cover, but before we go ahead and try to take out the old filter, grab a towel and just put it underneath of there in case a little bit of water might drip out whenever we're removing the old filter. And the next thing we're going to do is to take out this old filter here, which you can just pull it down so that it clears these clips here. Turn it all the way to the left, and you can kind of see there's those little tabs that are sticking off of the filter that are holding it in place behind this mechanism that holds it. So you have to twist it fairly hard to get that last little click out of there, and then it will release and pull out of there pretty freely. We've got the old one here that we just took out of there. Go ahead and open up that new one. You can see indeed that it is the same unit that we're going to be putting in there, which is perfect. So that should slot in the opposite order that we used to take out the old one. There we go. All right, now we can go ahead and pop that one back into the fridge. Now, before you do this, the orientation is important here. So you need to look for that arrow. And since we're going to be turning it back in clockwise, we need to make sure that arrow is starting on the left-hand side, because it's going to have to line up with that arrow that's right there. So if you try to start it in backwards, it's not going to work for you. Okay, so we'll just align that arrow down to the bottom, push it up into there, and then those little notches here are going to have to clear this. So you just line it up so that that's just going to push past, push it in there, and then we're going to turn it all the way until that arrow is lined up at the top there. And I'll zoom in so that you can see it. So it should stop turning. Don't try to overturn it, or you could cause damage to your fridge or to the filter. Before I close up this housing, I do want to run some water to make sure that there isn't going to be any leaks whenever I try to first use it. So I'm going to leave that open for now. Okay, so I just got a cup here. Whenever I go to run this, since that's a new unit there, it has no water currently in it. So there's a lot of air in the system. So I'm going to need to flush all that air out. And whenever I go to do this, I'm expecting that it's going to kind of sputter a little bit as it's pushing the air out of the system. So that's the sputtering that I was talking about. And you can actually hear the water filling up the filter before water is going to ultimately come out of this line. So that's completely normal. Don't freak out if you started to hear that noise whenever you're running water for the first time. Now it does recommend that you run the water for about 5 minutes or 2 gallons initially. So I'm going to do that a couple of more times, but that is important for a couple of different reasons. One of the reasons is because, of course, as you saw, there's air trapped in here. So you want to get all the air out of this as soon as you install this filter. You don't want to wait a while to get the air out of the lines. Also, there's tiny carbon dust particles that are in here, and the first time that you run it for a couple of minutes, you're going to see a little bit of grayness to the water that's coming out of here, which is completely normal. And then third of all, there's carbon in here that needs to be fully saturated to be fully effective. So initially it's dry, it's not going to be completely effective. You want to run enough water through the system that it's completely saturated, and then it's going to properly filter your water whenever you go to use it for drinking water. So I won't make you watch in this video, but outside of the video, I am going to run this for about 5 minutes just to do all those things that we just talked about. But after you've done that, you can go ahead and just close this back up. And then the next time that you use your fridge, there should be a filter status item up here. And it did have a red light before. I should have shown it at the top of the video, but now that red light has gone away because it's recognized that genuine GE filter that has that little RFID chip in it that tells the fridge, hey, I'm a genuine filter. If you put in a third-party filter, something that's off-brand or generic, then it might not recognize it, and you might just have that red filter status LED always on up here. Thank you for hanging on till the end there, though. Just a reminder that you can get this GE genuine filter from the link in the description below. But if you got value from this video, I appreciate you giving me a thumbs up. Otherwise, we'll see you here on the next one.